Jerry talked about this particular person yesterday. Bill Belichick is going to loom over this Cowboys season all year long, good and bad.
Well, I mean, not mid-season. That just won't happen.
No, but if they're under 500, we're just going to talk about it like, McCarthy's coaching for his job this week, whatever. So
I can't imagine they're under 500.
I honestly can't either. I mean, I don't know.
Put their schedule up if you don't mind, Mr. Hoskins and Don Bowie back in the El Segundo studio with me sitting in my home office. I mean, I just can't imagine.
They've got a semi-favorable start to the year.
That game at Cleveland that's tough, man. Game at Cleveland is tough to start. And then they do have an early game against the Giants.
Yep.
And habitually they're good at that. New Orleans is a game that they can win. They're at home. And don't forget, at home last year they were dynamite. Baltimore's a rough one. So let's just say they start 2-2 somehow, right?
Yeah.
And they go to Pittsburgh 2-2. Home for Detroit is just going to be a fun game. Let's say they're 3-3 going into the bye.
Oh, I was going to say worst case scenario. Let's worst case it. 2-4 going into the bye. Does McCarthy get got?
To San Francisco and Atlanta.
And Mike Zimmer takes over for the rest of the year. And then Bill comes in.
Because McCarthy's installing the offense. The offense is him. And it's never really that it's I don't think they're going to have problems scoring.
But what if they do and they're 2-4? That's all I'm saying.
I still don't think 2-4 going to the bye is going to Jerry doesn't make these moves, man.
Yeah, but Jerry did admit the reason why McCarthy didn't get an extension is because they lost the playoff.
San Francisco. So if they're 3-3 coming out of the bye, going to San Francisco on Sunday Night Football, it's just going to be lit. At Atlanta, home for Philly, home for Houston. Good Lord, that ain't easy.
5 really, really tough.
Like if Atlanta's blown the doors off and they're scoring 35 a game, and suddenly the Cowboys are 3-4 going to Atlanta week 9.
Well, we started the show talking about Dak and his response to all of the contractual talk that he loves being there, but hey, if he's not, that's what a lot of other all-time great quarterbacks have to deal with, not playing for the same franchise throughout their entire career. Mike McCarthy talked about Dak today.
Definitely. I mean, Dak's the same individual every day. He's the most consistent, really co-worker that I think I've ever gone with. I mean, he has such a good process. It's been exciting to watch the growth and the gifts in his personal life, and just the joy that he expresses on that on a daily basis. So yeah, this guy. He never blinks. I've never seen him blink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean,
of course he's going to talk his guy.
Yeah. You gotta.
Hey, and again, that's what I heard from Dak before. Is he's lamenting that he's got to have these conversations because he just wants to be all in. But that said, I mean, the guy's making $50 million this year, and that's why he's basically saying next year I'll make 60 somewhere else if I have to.
Yep.
And
there will be a list of teams ready to sign him.
Like I said, the storyline all year for the Dallas Cowboys is how will they handle this pressure that the Joneses concept of all in places upon them, all of them. And again, it's how the Joneses handled the playoff loss to Green Bay. And McCarthy was asked about that on his behalf today.
Well, I think it's like anything. I mean, when you go through, the loss at the end of the year, there's only one team that doesn't have that feeling, in the playoff tournament. There's always a tremendous level of disappointment. And then obviously ours was higher in the area of frustration because of the way we played. But, that's frankly is what the off season's for. And, and it takes a while. And I think I can clearly state that losing that game for me personally was not easy. So I get it. I get the fans' frustration. But we're past that. That was part of our cut-ups. I mean, our guys have seen that game over and over and over again as far as the way it's, the situation breakdowns that we have, and I'm sure they'll see it through, certain points of training camp, because at the end of the day, every time you line up, win or lose, it's a learning experience in this league.
No, I understand that they've already moved on from it. They've seen the cut-ups and everything like that, but the roster, the way that it is constructed, and everybody else, either waiting for a new deal or wondering if a new deal is coming, or whatever happens with Dak and CD and Micah Parsons, that is lasting from the loss. And again, how it all plays. The concept you hear all the time is you gotta give a coach extra years. You can't let him coach his final year by him, without any extra years down the road, because it's difficult to sell anything in a locker room if somebody's like, yeah, right, you won't be here next year. I got a 5-year contract, so go F off. I'll do it the way I want to.
Mm-hmm.
That's been the general sense in the 20-plus years that I've been around the NFL, what it is, and so it'll be a testament to Mike McCarthy's style and ability to sell stuff and get it bought in the locker room. But, they could move on as a team from the loss, but as a franchise, they haven't.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.